Once you get this marble, you will be able to earn 13 billion yen. If you want to get it, you have to win this game. The rules are very simple. You only have to make this marble go past a wide range of nails, and then 3 circular plates. In the end, if it fell into the red hole, you would win the game. The prize is all other golden balls. Each of these drawer costs 1 billions. The number of people who want to become a billionaire isn't small. This guy had lost all of his money, but he borrowed more. In the end, he still couldn't win the game. This game seemed to be based on the player's luck, but it was actually controlled by this manager, Seiya Ichizo. To conquer this game, our main character, Kaiji, decided to cooperate with this man, Kotaro Sakazaki. Then they went to Kotaro's house. There was an exactly same machine as the one in the casino. They also had the support of Yumi Ishida. The man started to explain his tactics to deal with the game. Their first challenge was the forest of nails. The distance among them would determine the passing rate of the marble. According to information provided by Yumi, Kotaro could know about the distance on the next days, on which the winning rate was the highest. The next round had 3 circular plates attached together. On each plate, the marble had to go into a red hole. The manager played some trick to prevent the marble from falling down, but the 3 also had their tricks to control the marble. Kotaro reached out, the marble immediately fell into the red hole, which made Kaiji extremely surprised. In fact, that he was holding a magnet in his hand. On that day, they would put it into an empty can. Yumi gave it to Kaiji. Kaiji returned it to Kotaro, and everything would be fine. On the gambling day, Kaiji was the first one to enter the casino. After that was Kotaro. He ordered the waitress to give him a can of beer. Then she gave him a can of beer with a magnet hidden inside. After a while, Kotaro handed the can to Kaiji, and pretended to use his mind to push the marble in. Of course he failed, and then picked up the can containing the magnet again. Until that moment, their plan was still going right. The next marble would decide if they won or not. Kotaro reached out his hand, but the marble suddenly changed its direction, causing him to lose, and the can was also dropped. The marble was caught by the manager. He also found the can they had used. Kaiji and Kotaro were both panicked. Their plan was now revealed. As a result, the manager took out the beer can and told them, in order to avoid players' tricks, all their marbles were made from bronze. Yumi soon sold them off, but the manager gave them a chance to play another game, of which the reward was 300,000 yen. If they win, they will get the money. Would Kaiji and his friends be able to win this time? There were 3 rooms. One was a beautiful girl, and the others were hungry lions. Press the button and the door would open. If you chose the wrong one, you would be the lion's food. This man who had a huge debt was forced to play this game with his girlfriend. His left leg was locked and the game began. Apart from him, everyone knew that the answer was number 2. His girlfriend, who wanted to live and die with him just a few seconds ago, but now told him to choose number 1. As soon as he pressed the button, the lion rushed out and ate him alive. But his girlfriend was very happy, because she had won 300,000 yen. It was Kaiji's turn, but the one standing behind the door was Yumi, who had betrayed him. Kaiji was also locked up. Yumi told him to choose number 3, but he was once sold off by her. How could he believe in her? At this time, a mysterious man told him, calm down. After calming down, press the button. Kaiji understood the cue and pressed number 3. The door opened. It was Yumi's room. Kaiji successfully survived. The man who had given him cue was Tonegawa, a former opponent of Kaiji. He had once told him that the most important thing is bravery, the second is determination, and the third is calmness. So the answer was number 3, calmness. Tonegawa wanted to join their team too. Yumi, the betrayer, also got back to the team. She was responsible for buying necessities and arranged these flowers. The people wanted to discuss their plan, so Yumi voluntarily went away. On the day of the competition, the team could easily win the first round, but they had difficulty with the second one. The manager walked out. He knew that they had played some tricks. It turned out that Yumi had sold them off again. She left an eavesdropping device in the vase at the house. The team planned to dress up like cleaning workers, to sneakily swap the marbles, but their plan was soon revealed. The manager picked one up and put it into the tray to check, but he was wrong, the marble wasn't swapped. Kaiji said, actually, I know we will be betrayed again, so we made a fake plan. Their real plan was to chisel through the ceiling, using an electric magnet to steal the remote control, swap the marble and then return it to where it was, and let the manager change the marble himself. The third round was the continuously circular plates. What would Kaiji do to win this round? This machine was full of golden marbles, which costed 4,000 yen. The winner would be able to take all of them. After taking part in the game, Kaiji found the casino floor a bit strange. There were some problems in the plates, they slanted to the right. To avoid being discovered, the manager installed the machine tilted against the floor, so the plate was tilted as well. So Kaiji used 20 tons of water to rebalance the room, but the manager discovered this, and changed the deflection to the highest, but it was useless, so he came up with another idea. Just reverse the tilt direction that had been installed earlier, then 20 tons of water will no longer work. It now became more and more difficult for the marble to fall into the red hole, but if it could reach the third plate, it would surely go into the red hole. So the manager told his junior to bring him the marble controlling device. This was Kaiji's last chance. After spinning around, the marble almost fell into the hole. Then Kaiji found no marbles in the pipeline, so he thought of another plan. He told Kotaro and Tonegawa, "We could win if we had enough money." Kaiji took out 100,000 yen, and Kotaro also gave him his last 200,000 yen. In total, they had 300,000 and Tonegawa left to collect more money. Kaiji got back to the machine, and used up all his money. Very quickly, the marbles got stuck in the hole, because there were too many stuck marbles. If there were enough, they would win this game. Gradually, Kaiji passed the first plate, and then the second one, but his last marble stopped right at the hole. Kaiji tried to convince the manager for a draw, but how could he agree with him? Finally, Tonegawa collected enough money, and arrived there. He had another 11 million, and returned to the game. The second plate was finally filled with marbles, and then the marble reached the third plate, but when it was about to go into the red hole, it bounced back. The manager used his last trick. The marbles reaching the third plate were all blown out by the wind in the hole. So far had they gone, Kaiji couldn't turn back. The three used all their strength to scream, hoping that the marble would be able to reach the hole. But it was useless, they lost their last marble. At the moment the people were about to throw Kaiji out, Yumi took out her 10 million card, and gave it to Kaiji. Looking at determined Kaiji, Yumi thought of her father, who was also very determined, and always tried his best to finish his work, so she decided to help him. Having this 10 million, Kaiji had to do his best this time. Very quickly, the third plate was full of the golden marbles. In the end, Kaiji roared with all his strength, and the marbles fell down one after another. The machine claimed Kaiji as the winner, while Kaiji and his teammates were cheering. The police came and arrested the manager for his fraud. Now the situation completely changed. Kaiji and his friends became the winner, and enjoyed their victory. Then they changed all the marbles into cash. It was worth up to 13 million. After dividing the money, Kaiji had 1.4 billion. Tonegawa offered to give Kaiji a lift. On the way, Tonegawa invited him to play a game. The rules were like the last time, but when they were playing, suddenly there was smoke from the back of the car. After that, the car trunk also caught fire. Right when Kaiji opened the door, the car exploded. All their money was also burned. Tonegawa took out his 50,000 yen, and gave it to Kaiji, for him to celebrate the victory with his friends. However, Kaiji could never expect that Tonegawa soon took the money away. He arranged the car explosion to steal Kaiji's money. After the party, Kaiji had only a few cashes. He then returned to his penniless life. Even so, Kaiji was always a kind, righteous man. It's the end of the movie. Please press like and share for us. Thank you.